Oh yes, for the check up of them, but you're not to make a defense.
The Black Fire Radio, and you see my say Wagwan, and your Robbins, Jamaican brother
Yes, good afternoon, family. Karibuni sana. I hope you guys are doing amazing. And of course, welcome to another beautiful conversation right here on the media of the 21st century, the Black Fire Network radio station. 34 minutes past the top of the hour. I'm super late. I'll try as much as I can for us to brief every topic and discussion we have here, of course, on today's topic, where we shall be talking about Ghana demonstration. Ghanaians are actually on the street, and shout out to them. They're calling out Nana Akufo-Addo on bad leadership, bad governance, lack of job opportunities. Of course, if you try to look at majority of the Western African youths, they have been leaving the countries literally seeking for better opportunities, and which majority of them end up even dying, trying to cross their way all the way to Italy, Spain, or wherever they're trying to get. Because we shall also talk about where there is a boat that has been discovered with 30 decomposing bodies that is in Senegal, in the coastal sides, the eastern coast, the coastal sides of it. Yeah, the coast sides of it, literally. So we shall talk about that literally as we talk about how Africans need to see opportunities much more in their country more than outside, and they need to actually act accordingly by calling out on the bad leadership. We shall also talk about Mali, which is marking independency, of course, under the junta or the coup leadership. Of course, we know this is true independence being celebrated. We shall discuss on that. We shall also talk about where China during the summit, they spoke about the same agenda we saw with the UN talking about the global threats, the global changes, and also last but not least, we shall also discuss about Russia, which is supposed to has declined actually the support of the UN Pact for the future. And actually the UN is not needed in any of our future expectations, growth, development. As a continent, if I was asked as a continent of Africa, we do not need any of these people. And Russia has been a very good example of leading and calling out on these other fake organization that have actually been doing nothing but helping on the genocide of so many people globally. But karibuni sana once again. I shall play one more jam as we come back with whatever is happening with today's conversation. And I'll be coming with something interesting, part of what I still learned during the weekend. And during the weekend, yesterday shared where I learned about the vanilla, where they came from, where they are extracted from, the flavor itself. And we saw that as much as we have so many countries, 15 countries globally producing vanilla. They are really, really expensive, the vanilla pods. But we have the beaver nutsack, which they extract the vanilla flavor. And we had people like Jiba Jabba who knew some of that information, and of course, shout out to Christine. But today, I'll be sharing bits of something that Mike Tyson experienced some time back, and that this is actually in some parts of, I think, the western or southern parts of America, where there's these hallucinogenic frogs. I don't know how many of you know of that, but also this is something I learned during the weekend. We have hallucinogenic, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, hallucinogenic frogs. This is a frog that actually can get you super high to the point of death. I'll be sharing that and much more of the facts. And apparently, people pay so much amount of money for this. I was trying to find the right documentary I was watching on Saturday, but I can't see it. But apparently, so many people, including celebrities, have paid so much amount of money going to actually experience this hallucinogenic. It's a venom type of a frog. Karibuni sana once again. This is the Pan African Blue Show. My name is Joby. This is Diana Codes coming in with rubber ranks. That to Mr. Blackout Fire. He knows that. Okay. Keith, you've never been high on anything. So how do I mean, I don't want to ask how you have this information. Like, do you have any friends who have experienced that? Like in your wild young time, did you have friends who maybe experienced this, wanted to tap into this? Because personally, I wouldn't. I pass.
Gucci belt on a nigga spent money like that.
Yes, and of course, welcome back. I don't want to take so much time on the music. Catch me tonight, of course, myself and Kamlesh, right here on the Black of Fire Network radio station on the Culture Show, as you get to play you all your requests. I'm the DJ, so don't you dare. I warn you. I'm a very warning DJ. You go with the BPM. You come here, try change my playlist. We're not gonna go with that. All right. Shout out to Mr. Black on Fire and everyone live with us on the network, on the TV, on the radio station. I'm not live on Rumble today on BitChute, but the show shall be uploaded automatically on those platforms. So in case you want to catch that on a replay, kindly ensure you also have our application on your phone. Very easy to find if you're using any Android device. On the Google Play Store, that's where to find us. Black Hot Fire Network is the application. And in case you're using any Apple device, our website is very active as well. www.blackhotfirenetwork.com is the way to stay tuned. But of course, please once again.
Hey, Busana.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, Joby, I don't get high, don't mean I don't know what shit is. I know what cocaine is. I know what weed is. I know what goddamn. I know what goddamn.
I didn't say you don't know. Just because you don't get high, you don't know. I asked you, do you have maybe any friends who have maybe tried this?
Nah, I don't know.
So how do I know?
No, I don't. Nah, I don't know nobody who's ever done it. I've heard about it, but I never know. I never met anybody who's done it.
Okay.
Black people are scared. Black people are scared of shit. They don't do. Black people don't like to fuck around with animals and do weird shit. So nah, black people gonna do stuff that's like normal to them, stuff like that. And I go, I'm not gonna do that.
Clearly we have Mike Tyson, who is black, of course, an amazing.
Mike Tyson is a weirdo.
And he went ahead and tried this. Actually, shout out to the gang I was with on Saturday, and that's when I got to tap into all this information that I've been telling you guys since yesterday. I'm like, this is crazy. So there's a video, a documentary. I tried to find it, but I can't find it. Actually, which explains what effective it has on your body and how high it can get you to the point where you can actually die. And they have an experimental guy. This experimental guy got super high to the point where you could see the lungs like expounding like super extra, and that was really really kind of crazy. But I want to share this video right here because there's a couple of videos that I was watching how people go super crazy, and before that I want to share my Tyson's experience before we get to the topics of the day.
But you've also experimented a little bit with actual DMT as well, right?
Absolutely.
Can you describe that experience?
Absolutely. Pause this, Joe. Pause it.
Listen,
Pause it for a second. Okay, guys. Understand what DMT is, guys. DMT is a hallucinogen. You get it in weed, you get all kind of drugs, but your body, your pineal gland, makes DMT naturally, especially when you're eating the right foods, because DMT is your spiritual gateway to other dimensions. So your body makes DMT by itself. You gotta lick on those frogs and do stupid shit like Mike Tyson and everybody else. White people gotta do the drugs because they don't have any DMT because their fucking pineal gland is calcified. So they gotta have what they call peyote, licking frogs, weed, LSD. All these things bring DMT to the brain. So it's an hallucinogen. That's why when they say, oh, I've got the, when white people go do this, they, oh, I've gone to another dimension, Joby. I've seen God. I've gone to another dimension because their pineal gland doesn't make DMT naturally. African people.
Okay.
Your body creates DMT naturally. You know, when you're eating the right foods and taking care of yourself naturally.
Mhm.
You have, so that's why you need to know these things. Your pineal gland makes DMT naturally. Your ancient Africans knew all this. That's why you go licking on frogs and shit and doing peyote.
That being understood, let me continue sharing this Mike Tyson's video here. We hear what he has to say.
it's really crazy.
They love all that.
This is my partner, right? This is my partner. I'm doing the DMT. And my partner's right here. And then I feel
Mike Tyson's always around a bunch of Mike Tyson's always around a bunch of white people. He don't know shit. These white people don't care that. See, the white people always take drugs. And see, remember, it was always the white people that got black people and they're taking these drugs, especially in the music industry. And us being melanated, guys, we can't take drugs white people do because, as you understand, science, everything attaches to our melanin and destroys us. That's why if you start taking crack cocaine, you'll be fucked up. White people, now they'll take the same drug. Since they're not melanated, it won't have them fucked up. They can take it, get fucked up, and go on with their life. You, not knowing science, it attaches to that melanin, and you're fucked up. And like Dr. Africa told you, you can't make a drug without melanin because melanin attaches to it. So they knew that when they put drugs in the black community. They knew it. If black people take it, it's going to fuck you up. So he's laughing, they all happy. Oh, he took drugs. Yeah. They all happy because it doesn't affect them the way it affects us because they're non-melanated. Mm-hmm. See, this shit's all, you don't know that because Mike Tyson is a moron.
It takes us back to science, actually. That's what you're saying. It takes us still back to the science of understanding us, the melanated people, and them, how they are created.
Exactly.
Boom, the sun opened up and the air came out. I said, do you see that? You said, see what? I said, stop fucking with me. I know you see this, right? He said, Mike, I don't see shit. What are you talking about? I said, stop fucking with me. You see this?
See him seeing now he's peering into other dimensions. Now, when Joby, look up, does the pineal gland, when they talk about the pineal gland, they mean black people, because everybody else's shit is fucked up. Remember, Joby, look up, does the pineal gland make natural DMT by itself? See, we don't need to do all this, because we're connected with God. So him taking this shit, now he's seeing all this other shit. Oh, I'm in other dimensions. That's how white people get to look at other dimensions, because naturally they can't do it. Go ahead, Joby.
Let me see. Oh, Google is telling me the same. The pineal gland releases several important hormones, but there is no conclusive evidence that it releases the DMT.
Yes, it does. White people, boy, trying to change everything. Yes, it releases DMT, guys. That's been known forever. So now, because theirs doesn't. Theirs does not release DMT.
So let me read it. It says the pineal gland and a tiny pine cone-shaped organ in the center of the brain has been a mystery for years. Some call it the seat of the soul and
seat of the soul. Some say the Africans knew it was the seat of the soul, guy. You are a ball of light. That's where your ball of light sits. Your ball of light, your soul, sits in your pineal gland. That's how you maneuver the body. When the body dies, the light comes out of that pineal gland. And so the soul releases DMT because you're not a physical being. You are interdimensional. You are, as an African, you're interdimensional, eternal being. That's why it's called the seat of the soul. That's why everything goes back to the pineal gland, because that's where your soul, the ball of light, sits between your brain. So that connects both hemispheres, your right and left hemisphere. That's why it sits in the middle, just like it does in a universe. I mean, a galaxy. That's why you got to connect both right and left. Your right hemisphere is your spiritual part. Your left is your clinical brain. White people can't connect both sides of their brain because their pineal gland is fucked up. That's why they're only savage and fucked up. They cannot remember the right side of your brain. But you understand it. Do this, Joby. Say, type this up. Say, what are right side attributes? Right. I mean, what are right brain attributes? You'll see it's all the loving, the caring, the spiritual that they don't have. Say, what are right brain attributes?
They're saying, on the other hand, the right brain is more visual, intuitive, creative. So if you're mostly analytical and methodical, if you, in your thinking, the theory suggests you're left-brained. You are left-brained. If you tend to be more creative or artistic, you are right-brained.
So, Joby, what are Africans? Don't Africans create everything, the music and everything? So you're more spiritual. You're more right brain, but you connect both sides of those hemispheres. They're not. That's why the pineal gland is calcified. They can't connect both brains. See this. Everything he's saying, he's too stupid to know all this is spiritual, and the white people got no clue. Like, yay, take the DMT. You be the right brain, Joe, but that's why you create. Why you think all the dances come for you, and all they do is mimic you? Because you create everything. They've never created shit, Joby. Because they're detached. They're detached from spirituality. Your right brain is the spirit word, Joby. That's why you create everything. They create the music, create the art. That's where the creative nature of God sits. They don't have that. Go ahead.
Let me.
I've heard it's like the most.
I think they're playing tricks on me. I think because my crew likes to prank me all the time. Right. I think they're pranking me. I said, man, I know you see this shit, don't you? He said, Mike, I don't see what you're
How long did that last?
Last for a minute.
Literally 1 minute? Not like
no, for a minute. Sometime probably.
It says like 15 minutes. The video, I wish I can find. If I find that documentary, I'm gonna share it on WhatsApp. They say it lasts like 15 minutes. yeah, taking you to different dimensions, because most of the videos I've watched and that people are like, I was somewhere
Black
else, it's
black people
different.
don't need to look at the. I don't shit that shit on no WhatsApp. Black people don't need that shit because it's not beneficial to us.
Just it's just passing information, Kit. It's not about benefits to us or anything. It's just letting people know what's happening in the
You-
world. That's why literally I'm
They know.
sharing this.
They know
Not
about that. They know about the most. Most
tell
people know
people.
about the.
I'll show you
Most
everyone
people.
knows. I'll show you
Most
everyone
people. Most Black Americans, Joby, know about hallucinogen.
Not
Hallucinogens.
everyone in that chat is Black American, though. We have other people from our other platforms, literally. Why can't we share the same information with them?
All right, Joby. Shit, because it's dangerous, Joby. Because it's dangerous. If you don't know what, if you put information out, Joby, and you don't understand it, it's dangerous. If you studied enough, so you just listen to Mike Tyson talking about licking frogs. The African people that attaches to our melanin, it is dangerous. So you can't just understand everything for us is completely different than white people. So if you don't understand the context in which you put forth information, Joe, you got to go into understand that's dangerous for us because that becomes an addiction and it's absolutely reversed. That's why I'm trying to show you everything I'm just showing you about the attributes of the right side of the brain, which they
I
don't
understand,
have.
but there is also where people just knowing information. You don't need to take in information. Just know this happens in the world. That's all I'm saying, literally. As simple
I'm
as
not
that. You know?
information without context, Joby, is dangerous. People don't know. You can't say because somebody looking at them and say, "Oh, let me try it, let me do that." Just like remember you said, okay, without context. I'll explain just something from your show. Remember you had about a year or 2 years ago, you did a show about the morons in Nigeria trying to dodge bullets because they seen it on a fucking one of these goopy Nigerian movies. They didn't understand the context. They thought they were practicing witchcraft. They didn't understand the knowledge that it was not really real, and they tried and he killed his brother. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Information without context to a non-knowing mind is dangerous. That's why if you're going to put information out, you must have complete understanding of what you're doing in a context because you don't know is this information I'm putting out, is it dangerous to people or is it just harmful? I mean harmless. Is it harmless? Any drug intake for black people, Joby, is dangerous because we're melanated. Our melanin attaches to drugs. White people and other people don't because they don't have any melanin. And their melanin is pale, it's animal. If I take cocaine, and like Mike Tyson, he was always fucked up. You know, he laughed. Oh, my white buddy would take cocaine. I'd be all fucked up and them not. He still ain't learned with his stupid ass. Because you're black, dummy. He still ain't learned. He's still laughing with these crackers. I would take the drugs with him. I'd be all fucked up and for days and they wouldn't be. That's why he's all broke and poor. And he's lucky white people saved him because he went through all his money with his dumb ass. Went through like $500 million and was broke because he's a
Well,
moron.
no, family kindly understand. I didn't share
So,
it for you guys to go
no,
visit the place. I'm just sharing because
I
personally, I
get it,
just
Joe.
learned something I didn't know. That's why.
No,
Being a
that's
journalist,
what
something
I
interesting
know.
to share. That's all I understand. But
I
anyway,
know.
let's move on
Stop,
to the
stop
next
getting,
conversation.
stop getting all defensive. I'm just telling you, as a journalist, if you're gonna put out information, Joe, we understand both sides. Go 360 degrees. Don't just put out the information with no context because you don't know if it's gonna hurt anybody. So if you're gonna put out because taking a certain drug is about health. Okay, so you say, well, okay, but let me see. Is there any bad? Is there any bad connotations to me just telling people no? People sucking on frogs. Does it hurt black people any kind of way? So just think of that. Just say, okay, let me in the future think if there's any bad, any drawback to it, because we can't take drugs like white people. It destroys everything attaches to melanin for us. It destroys us. We can't be out here. That's why we can't be out here drinking. I know black people never told that we weren't supposed to be drinking alcohol. It fucks us up. White people, they don't do the same as because it attaches to our melanin. They're like, oh man, we messed up. They didn't know none of that. And so that's why white people figured that out, and so they put drugs and alcohol on us. That's why it's drugs and alcohol in every black community. Go ahead, Joe.
Understood. But as we get to move on to the next conversation is about Russia, which has declined the support of the UN blueprint, which is aiming to bring the world's increasingly divided nations together to tackle the 21st century challenges.
So that's how you know Russia's involved. It's not a real country then, because this is Global 2030 trying to make the UN. See, remember they wanted to use the UN, cast their power to make a one world government. So now I was telling Joby yesterday. Now this is the distraction, not the Americans that we were talking about, Puff Daddy and all that dumb shit. This is the distraction because now they're really going for the one world order. They lock everything down. They have constant surveillance on you. This is what they're doing. Go ahead, Joby.
So they're saying that Russia has declined to support UN blueprint.
Oh, they declined. Good. Yeah. So they decline it. Okay, they said they did. Yeah, because you decline this shit. Because the UN was never created to help anybody. That's all the scam. Since they got all the money to all these lies and propaganda, the UN is set to help people. Blah blah blah. Then why has it always been? Why has no African nations been helped from the damn UN? None of the problems been solved. The problems have got worse because they were designed to steal, rape, and kill. Those are people that developed right after the World War II. You get the Bretton Woods Accords, their fake money scam with the IMF and the World Bank, and then the fucking UN. To make sure white people, and specifically gays, stay on top, get to rob, steal, and kill from everybody. Africans should have been left that shit, but of course they're puppets. They told you can't leave it. Should have been left the fucking UN. Go ahead, Joby.
So they're saying that it has declined the blueprint aimed at bringing the world's increasingly divided nations together to tackle 21st century challenges from climate change and artificial intelligence to escalating conflict and increasing inequality and poverty. Speaking on Monday in the New York and at the Summit of the Future meeting, Russia Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs said, "We'd like to underscore the summit's outcome. Documents do not impose any obligations on the Russian Federation under provisions which do not achieve consensus."
How's that, Joby? Now, everything you read is a lie. They've had the money to end poverty, Joby. They've stolen all the money. They got the money today to end all poverty on the planet. Today. It's a fact. They don't want the conflicts are them.
Yeah.
They're the ones causing the conflicts all throughout Africa because of the money.
Yeah.
So everything they say is backwards. Or we want to stop conflicts. The shit in the Congo, when the Congo supposedly got free, what's the UN killing Patrice Lumumba? What's them putting their dictators in? We know specifically that motherfucker Mobutu, whatever his name, Mobutu Seseko, his whole cabinet was the IMF and World Bank, Joby, keeping Africans poor.
Yeah.
His whole cabinet was the IMF and the World Bank and the fucking UN. So what are they talking about? We know it's them and the UN talking about, oh, we got to stop Ibrahim Traoré and Burkina Faso getting free in Mali. That's what the UN said. They say we got to help them. They don't want to stop the damn weapons that they bought to fight these terrorists that they created. They want to talk about, oh, you know what? Burkina Faso and Mali, we want to build schools. Now, we want to build schools for you. What? We don't want no more of your fake indoctrination or your white people shit. We bought weapons. Give us the weapons that we bought to fight these terrorists that you put in the country.
Yeah.
So they denied them their own damn weapons. So fuck the UN. The UN is telling you, we need censorship. That's why they took down African Union. I mean, African stream. That's why we're censored.
Mm-hmm.
Because as
Yeah.
Africans, we're supposed to be on the bottom and let everybody right from our ass.
Mm-hmm. These summits are always summits, literally to not improve anything, but how they're going to continue destabilizing Africa in the name of protecting, providing, cooperating. The terms they use literally is to just apply a jam and blue band on top of a bread and then cover and let people eat and trust that even if it's rotten, you just believe it's okay. It's jam and blue band. Even if it's expired, it's covered with bread. You just trust me and
That's
eat
why.
it.
That's why you never get real education. Explain to me this. How was Africa once rich and now everybody's fucking poor? See, that's why Africans don't even know that. How did Africans go from being rich to poor? How the fuck does that happen? How does Africans go from being rich, the richest people on the planet, literally, to now the poorest? How does that happen? It's not
Miseducation.
just it's not just Mansa Musa, the richest man in the world ever. All black people were wealthy in Africa. So how do black people go from rich to poor? How the
It's
fuck does that happen?
miseducation. There's a lot of miseducation because if we were taught all this information that we learn here every single day about how bad our leadership is, how we had sell out of coons as presidents who sold out our lands in the name of fake independence. If all that information was told to us from a young age, we would have grown up with so much rage of wanting to take everything and
Back.
wanting to
That's
build
true.
everything on right here, not having to look for greener pastures outside. Because this is why we have people like we have 30 decomposing bodies being discovered on somewhere in Senegal, because Africans are trying to find ways and means of to survive, and they are crossing, risking their lives on places where actually there's been proper strict restriction that has been passed and laws, and that is actually even between their own
Yeah.
puppets
Yeah,
actually
of course, because they don't want you in their countries, but they want to steal from your country to make their countries better. See, that's exactly right. What Joby said, the education system in Africa is so bad, so onerous, that the Europeans have put this fucked up system in. The Africans have not taken it down yet. Joby made me laugh. I think Joby did a show like, I think it's 2 years ago when the Ghanaians tried to change their books. They said, nigga, you better not change none of them books. And they decided not to. So, not knowing that they steal from your countries. When you look at Europe now, you all got smartphones. You see, oh, it's all developed. Not knowing that all that shit came from Africa. Europe has no resources. Europe has always been poor, impoverished. That's real European history. That's why they had to leave Europe, because they were impoverished. They're broke, fucked up. That's the history of Europe. But you get some fake history of them coming and helping you and all this old made up, this crazy ass fake history. So now you got smartphones. You say, damn, it sure looks more developed there. There's more opportunities there. Not knowing it's because they've been stealing from Africa. That's
we're,
not in none of your goopy books. Go ahead, Joe.
we're really way behind from development. We like so way behind. I look at some things.
But remember, Joe, they told you They told you Africa's there to not get developed because they need the resources to steal so they can develop themselves. That's how you deal with psychopaths. So what the UN's talking about, oh, it's about helping poverty and develop. That's a goddamn lie. Everybody's got wealthy out the backs of Africa. And I'm not talking about just the resources, but the people themselves taken into slavery. For the last 300 years, the slave was the most important person on the planet because that was the wealth of the planet. The whole system was based off of Africa and the humiliation and the subjugation of African people. The whole system is based, their whole wealth is based on that. Guess that all these motherfuckers were poor. All of them were impoverished. It's just that they're savage.
Mhm. But right now, the information, of course, coming from Senegal is that at least 30 decomposing bodies have been found on a boat off the coast of Senegal. Military authorities are the ones giving information. The Navy was informed of a vessel that was adrift about 70 kilometers, 45 miles from the capital of Dakar, according to the military statement on Twitter. And they brought the wooden cannon or pirogue, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, into a port on Monday morning. And they're saying recovery, identification, and transfer operations are being made extremely uh, delicate by the advanced state and of decomposing of the bodies. And there has been recent increase in migrants settling off the Senegal for Spain, Canary Island, a journey more than 150 kilometers, 950 miles across the Atlantic Ocean. And the majority of them, if you've seen the situation, if you look at the documentaries, because it's also why people still filming this shit, they're there watching how Africans are struggling. You know, it's crazy how they make money off our poverty. They're somewhere recording everything that happens actually with these
Yeah.
migrants crossing over, because we have all the documentaries done by literally amazing cameras and all the graphics you can see, and you see how Africans carry each other literally overloaded, so many of them, like a boat such as this size carrying 30 people. I mean, what about the waves? And what is the condition of the boat? Because we see
The
majority
boats,
of them thinking,
the
who
boats,
is fighting?
the boats are cheap, Joe. The boats don't work. That's why most of them drown out there. Most of them can't swim.
Exactly.
Most Africans can't swim, so they die. So nothing's being done because the Africans don't have any power. These despots don't got any power. These are war crimes, but the Africans act like these are war crimes. So, like I said, just like we go back again to the African stream being cut because real knowledge. So these are young Africans create the African stream to stop the propaganda and tell African people to wake up and talk about how things work. They became such a threat. That's why you haven't had any real education in Africa. That became such a threat. They were taking down all platforms, Google, fucking YouTube, fucking Facebook, fucking Instagram, and you heard the State Department. The State Department came and said, we got to stop this African stream. Because I told you, Africans are supposed to stay stupid and religiously dumb. You're not supposed to know how the world works because the world has been stealing from you. So when African Stream was just teaching regular knowledge, it wasn't as bad as us. But teaching regular knowledge, that's a no-no. It's going to be stopped because Africans are supposed to be kept as child in the head, as children. So they can go on boats like this instead of saying, you know what? Instead of us getting all these people going on these dumb boats, we need to overthrow these goddamn governments. We need to get in the street like Kenyans and we need to just overthrow them. No more just protesting. We got to overthrow shit now. That's why you're not supposed to know you're the richest people on the planet. You're not supposed to know that. That's why you're stupid now. You're not supposed to know everybody. Why is all these people in there, all these Chinese and Indian, and all these other motherfuckers in Africa if it's poor?
Exactly.
Nobody comes to some poor place to live.
You should go where there's wealth, where
Exactly. That's why they're in Africa. Exactly. That's why they're there. They're not there because Africa's poor. They're there because they know the Africans have been made stupid and they're there to steal it. I'm not there to goddamn. I'm not coming to Africa because it's poor. There's nothing poor in Africa but the people. You got the best land for agriculture. You got the best. You own all the minerals on the planet. You got the best environment. It's the best of everything. So I'm not coming to Africa because it's poor. Africa because it's rich. I know the Africans have been made stupid for the last damn 200 years of colonization. It's going to benefit me to rob and steal from nation. And I know they don't have self-love. They're going to put me over themselves when I get there because I'm not black. See, the other thing they've done, which is diabolical. I'll come to Africa not being black and you'll worship my ass over you. You'll do it.
Just in Africa, no matter where you go as an African, I don't have to come to your continent for you to worship me. Everywhere you follow me, I follow you, whatever. You worship me. That's it. Wherever I appear, it's me you see as your God. Literally. But shout out to Jibadzaba. Hope you're doing amazing. Excuse me. Hope you're having a good day as well. Shout out to Vino Big. tapping the screen on TikTok, and shout out to also Balaq 1000. I hope you're doing amazing. Everyone on
Why
the
you think?
network.
Why you think? Why you think you guys TikTok thing is now shadow banned and mine is shadow? Because you give that's not allowed. The Africans are supposed to stay stupid, not know how the world works. You're supposed to stay stupid. That's why I can't do a show on TikTok. Every time I go on TikTok, I'm banned. Every time I'm fucking banned. Like clockwork. I get 10 minutes, now I hardly say nothing. You're banned. You're suspended. You're suspended because it's a fight. African people, if you want to share real knowledge, you're going to invest money. You're going to build your own infrastructure because you're the wealth of the planet. And they made you, and people get mad. I don't give a fuck you get mad. They made you stupid. Most Africans, you're morons. They made you that way. Okay? I'm saying African people, not just on the continent. I mean African people globally. Most of you are fucking morons. So that's why when Joby got mad, said I was going against the goddamn artist yesterday. I don't want to hear a fucking moron represent me. I don't hear no Lil Wayne. I know we've been so dumbed down. That's supposed to be music. Some drug. Of course, he's a drug addict. A drug addict. Can he speak goddamn English? Nobody know what the fuck he's saying. What you want to tell me this is good music? No, you've been dumbed down. Remember, it's about art. The shit he does is not art. It's garbage. So we're so dumbed down. We don't know art from garbage anymore. That's how dumbed down they've made us. 100 years ago, you couldn't put no Lil Wayne in front of black people nowhere. You get laughed out the fucking room. Say, what is this shit here? What is this garbage? What is this fucking shit that I can't even understand? So he doesn't know because he's been dumb. I'm jumping down. He's been fucking dumbed down. Yeah, you can't say nothing about his pen game. His writing is good. Motherfucker, you a moron. If you think Lil Wayne has said something intelligent, you show me how dumb you are. You're a dummy. And that's been on purpose. As we've been dumbed down in America. Dumbed down like hell. Like somebody said on Saturday's show. Listen, like I told you, listen to a gang member from the 50s and look how eloquent he speak to a regular motherfucker today. You're like, what happened to us? We've been dumbed down on purpose.
But as we
Like,
continue on the conversation of the day about Ghana, we are on demonstration because of the bad economy, the bad governance, and everything. Let me share the video of what is happening.
is a real demonstration, Joby, or is just some bullshit again? Let's see.
Well, Ghanaians are never serious. That's one thing I'll say.
I know. Hey, that's what I'm saying, Joby. That's what I'm asking.
I've never seen them organize or pull up a serious demonstrations, but let me see what's going on.
In Ghana's capital, as clashes broke out during demonstrations over perceived economic mismanagement by the government. Crowds had also taken to the streets to denounce the government's handling of illegal mining, a practice which harms the environment. Police made dozens of arrests during the demonstrations.
Have our men here, you can see, and depending on what situation we have to address, our men will come in. We are ready to handle.
Our men were addressed. Look at this boot-looking ass coon. Our men were ready to address it. And it's not really a big protest. This is small. This is meaningless. So till the Ghanaians get serious. Go ahead, Joby.
I know, but still, it shows people are aware what is happening in most of the African countries. They're just scared. They're scared of the police. We were talking about yesterday how the police they have been trained. It's not to protect the civilians the way we assume. They are there to protect the people in the business. They are not there to.
They're there to protect white interests. So shout out to the Kenyans who finally got not scared enough to go at. Yeah, they're not there to protect you. There's no. You'd have police. All their systems are European. There was no police in Africa. These are there. That's to protect their systems of impoverishing you. It was this whole institution did not exist in Africa. The Africans go back millions of years, not the fake shit they told that goofy Bible 6,000 years shit. That's them. We go back millions of years. We never had any police systems because there was no why? Because Africa's full of abundance. Didn't need no police. With nobody robbing and stealing because of your nature. So you've been put in poverty, which is against your nature. Now so you got to steal and rob and do shit Europeans did. That's their nature. Because they come from poverty. They come from lack. You come from abundance. So you never needed any police. Because you come from abundance. Everybody had. Everybody shared. That's your history. And so now you've been put in a system that's not yours. And a system of brutality that's not created by you. And a governance that's not yours. Okay? So, you've been given all the bad things about the Europeans, but they've taken all the good things from you, which is abundance. Now, they're wealthy because they've stolen all your shit. Okay? Now, let me make sure that we understand this clearly. Europeans are wealthy today. Chinese are wealthy today because they've stolen all of your shit. Okay? You've been put in goddamn poverty and religiosity. Allah, Jesus, and all other kind of make-believe shit. So you've been sitting in poverty praying to make-believe gods who ain't never changed shit for you. Okay? You do all the praying, but you're impoverished. Make it make sense. See, logically, you were supposed to think, hey, something's not working here. You know? You running to Europe, that ain't going to work because they don't like your ass. They don't want you there. As Joby showed you, they don't want your punk ass there. I know you've been told all your fake, they came to help you and mission all that dumb lie shit. I'm sorry, I didn't make the lies up. They didn't come to help you. You were wealthy. They came to steal your shit? Yes. That's not in your books. How they gonna help you? You were civilized. Help you do what? You didn't need anything white people had. You were living in abundance. Help you do what? So you've been indoctrinated 200 years of lies. Help you do what? Came to help you civilize. What the fuck are you talking about? You're the most civilized people on the planet. That's why you love everybody. Africans don't even know how to be racist because that's not in your nature. You love everybody. That's your norm.
But
so now,
with Ghanaians, what we can say, and globally where we see African people trying, I'd say again, is the fear that has been for so long pushed towards us, the fear that we've been taught, the fear that we've grown up with, thinking that the politicians are better, they are not supposed to be questioned, they should be respected.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be held accountable because you're gonna be found dead or you're gonna be arrested.
What Joe just said is a European criminal system's criminal. They took all the psychopathic criminals and put them in charge of their plantations. Like they did in America. They get all the criminals and put them in charge of the Negroes. And so they left you miseducated. It's the same scam they did in America. Except you was on a plantation. They put all the criminal ass niggas like when we looked at Django, the Stevens. That's what's running Africa, the Stevens. That's what's running Africa. That's what they did. Africa is just a bigger plantation. They kept all the other Africans ignorant and scared. Okay?
So everything has to be from actually even the military groups themselves, like all our police officers, all of them need to be reshuffled. These people need to go back to poverty, number one, and they need to be reshuffled. We need everyone to be re-elected. If you are going to be working as a Kenya Defense Forces, do you understand why you're getting into this job? You're not going to be serving the
you got to overthrow the system.
You're
right.
It's excellency. If people come out to demonstrate, actually, you should support them. You should be there protecting them, ensuring it's a peaceful demonstration. Unless there's any chaos, they're
not there for you. They're not your institutions. You didn't build them, Joby. Africans didn't build those institutions.
I'm saying things have to be reshuffled because right now you can't tell me you can go back then when Africans never had police officers. That's just gonna be an impossible. Like until we get to that.
That's not what we're saying. We're not saying go back to that. We're saying you're gonna have to build African institutions for African people. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's where the reshuffle comes in. We need to, all of them, they need to go back to poverty, because most of these people in this, as much as they're poor, most of the police officers are very poor, I mean, but they need to go back to the real poverty, understand that, hey, you are also a powerless person without this gun, without you being a police officer, you're just a normal common Mwananchi like me who is
You
buying
can't do that
ugali.
to your. You can't do
Great.
that, Joe, until you overthrow the whole system. You gotta be able to. You gotta overthrow the whole system, rebuild it in your own image. Whole system, got. You can't do it peacefully. You got the whole system gonna be overthrown. Like even so, you gotta overthrow the system to rebuild it in your own image. That's why they. That's why they want. That's why they constantly trying to kill Ibrahim and over in Bikini, because he's be changing the whole system and putting it in Africa in your own image. You can't do that unless you overthrow the whole system.
It's
And like
part
I
of
said,
it.
yeah, they
It's part
and exactly right, Jibber Jabber. They've been brainwashed. They went around calling motherfuckers, you know, they got call each other his uh excellency and all that crazy shit. And all the motherfuckers are criminal and fucked up, and you're like, because that's the brainwashing they do. Oh, I've got to be respectful and call him his excellency. Ain't nothing excellent. Shout out to Pilla Mumba. I know they've been listening. I said, you don't call none of these motherfuckers excellent. What excellent have they done? What kind of stupid ass title is this? That's the brainwashing they've made Africans give respect to motherfuckers that don't deserve respect. His Excellency. What are you out your fucking mind? I'm not naming none of you niggas His Excellency. I'm gonna call you a fucking moron. Hey moron, why is everything fucked up? If you're excellent, where's the excellent shit you've done? And only in Africa, you see, Jim, it's only in Africa that the black people have been called to call their leaders His Excellency. Nowhere else on the planet, no one does this shit. It's called brainwashing. Call no motherfucker His Excellency. You out your fucking mind? That's calling someone a god, His Excellency. Excellent about what? Motherfucker, you work for me. Ain't this a democratic country? How are you excellent and you work? That's somebody you call a king. That's some
it's
king shit.
from boiling eggs and to becoming a president.
His,
That's the
his Excellency. Sound crazy as cat shit. Shout out to PLO Mamba probably said, you call, what he say? You call him his despicable. Whatever he said that shit was fun. You call him his despicable. His Excellency. You out of your fucking mind. There's not an excellent leader in Africa except Ibrahim Traore. You got an excellent leader in Africa. Everybody knows they're morons and backward and fucking stupid. I'm sitting there that's called brainwashing. That they, you know, it's in every, as you know, it's copy and paste. It's in every African nation. They gotta call these fucking morons His Excellency. I noticed that when I was just saying, why the fuck are they calling it? From Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, fucking Tanzania. I said, why are these motherfuckers all called His Excellency? What is going on? What is going on? And that's how you know the white man did that. It's brainwashing. Because you're supposed to, like Joe said, you're supposed to put all these politicians on a pedestal and not question them. Motherfucker, you work for me. You work for me. What are you talking about? Not to call you no fucking excellency. You out your fucking mind? You work for me. How the hell you excellent? You work for me. And so the young Africans, like African streamers, tell them they work for you guys. They're supposed to answer to you. You're not supposed to call them. I seen the stream. They said you're not supposed to call them people His Excellency. Exactly. Why has that been given only to Africans to keep you dumb, keep you scared, keep you putting motherfuckers who's cheat and rob from you, help to cheat and rob from you, these fucking politicians on a pedestal? You don't call no one Excellency.
times are changing. As we come to the end of today's show,
That's
times
what I
are really,
said. They are changing, Joby. That's why the
yeah.
African stream got banned. They're changing. Exactly.
We're waiting to see. Personally, I'm really very, very excited about the 2027 elections to see how alert people are going to be, because that is where people are going to be. They're waiting to see if Ruto is going to be re-elected again, which is
Being
a very
reelected. No, Joby, they're gonna steal that election. You mean waiting to see? You better
well.
you better start preparing now. They're not gonna get rid of that puppet. You know how much Ruto is fucking Kenya up for the white. I'm gonna be honest. He's fucking Kenya up for the white man. Fucking it up. Because now you know what they're doing. Let me explain this. Let me explain this before we get off of here. Since I'm now in farming in Kenya, you know what they're doing in Kenya? They want to make sure that you can't even farm your land. This is what Joby started with the UN. They're trying to make fees The average Kenyan farmer can't afford it, so you can't form your own land. Shout out to the black girl got it right, the Kenyan girl. They're trying to take us back to colonialism where the white man owns all our lands and farms all our shit. That's right. That's right. And all these politicians like Ruth and they're behind it. They're saying you gotta have $5,000 certificate registration. You gotta have a $50,000, 50 Kenyan thousand shillings, 50 Kenyan shillings, 50,000 Kenyan shillings to go through a class. You gotta have 15,000. There's all these crazy fees where you can't farm at all. And then said if you're caught buying food from that farmer, you go to prison.
People are already aware of that information, like very aware. Like the video, I think I shared a video of such information last week.
That's when you know the government don't got the right to tell you how to feed yourself. That means you got to overthrow this government because now it's despotic, and it's not these goofy, these fucking fake excellency niggas. These are the white man trying to make you starve yourself and force you to do GMOs and to be fed. To feed them, feed the world, and leave you starving in your own land. That's what this is about. So shout out to the goddamn the Kenyan girl got it right on TikTok. I was like, this is where the white people told you they came to Africa, stole our land, and they had all the farms, and we were starving. Yeah, exactly what it is. And every one of these puppets are doing it again. You're right. The Kenyans do know. They're good. I was like, what? What? Motherfucker, you tell me that? Listen,
yeah, but
I'm coming to see you. The country, I got to overthrow that ass. You got to go.
As we wind up, Kenyans are aware of what is happening.
And she's right. And she was right. She said us for Kenya, with all this tribal shit we got and this nepotism, she knew it. All this tribal shit. What do you think? She said they'll put some. I like the way she said more. She said they'll put some moronic ass stupid tribe ahead of this shit, and just they tribe will be the ones that's farming alongside the white man who owns all our shit.
That's what I'm saying.
I said, girl, you got it. You got it, girl.
Election. Personally, I'm very excited about it because I'm on the ground.
He's got to go before. He's got to go before 2027. There may be no Kenya by then. You're talking about 3 years away. It might be no Kenya by then.
We'll have to be patient. That's all I know. Like right now, we can't change things because it's just gonna be super impossible unless we have a very serious demonstration like the one we.
No such thing is impossible.
I'm not saying it's really impossible, but right now it is going to be impossible. We've seen. I'm just waiting for the 2027 election. That's all I'm going to wind up on. But anyway, family, thank you so much to everyone who has tuned in. Thank you for keeping the conversation active. John Mosquito, I saw you there. Shout out to you on TikTok. That is Black Q 1000. Shout out to the NAS. Shout out to everyone on the network, on the TV, on the radio station. Jiba, and of course, Mr. Black on Fire for always taking over all my shows. I appreciate you. See you guys.
Yeah, I took over your shit. That's right.
No, that's what you do.
You don't try to be slick and throw me on the bus as you leave out, Joby.
Fine, much love. Asante Sana. See you guys later on the Black Kings frequency. Have yourselves a beautiful day and enjoy the rest part of your day.
You